Hi Cancer, welcome to your January 2019 Tarot and Astrology reading. Happy New Year! I hope you're all very excited about the new year. I hope you're getting into the groove with your positive manifestations, positive affirmations. You're thinking more about what you want to achieve this year. It's beautiful to have a new beginning at any point. We see it in the tarot quite often. We do have a solar eclipse in Capricorn, which is partnership energy for you. So under this solar eclipse, it's time to begin again with your partnerships. Consider what you want them to look like, how you want people in your life to view you, how you want to feel within a united partnership. It's a great time for understanding. It can really put away issues which were going around in circles. It can end negative energies quite abruptly if you allow it to, but it can also give you a new understanding of the way that you interact within your partnerships. What do you bring to the table and what do you expect? Mercury enters Capricorn the same day, so you have a voice, okay? And your perspective will be everything. Mercury represents the energies which go through the air from one person to another. What is your heart telling to those around you? Is it telling others that you're not interested in love? Is it telling them that you're not interested in receiving from them? You're not interested in connecting? Because someone may be interested in connecting with you, Cancer. Okay? Venus is in Sagittarius, bringing money and financial opportunities to your career and your workplace. Bear in mind the beautiful, beautiful full moon in your sign, December 22nd, that joined with Red Star Orion while Venus and Neptune were trining. You've got some amazing energies, Cancer, even if you feel in particular quite sensitive to the world around you and a little bit emotionally confused, maybe a little bit emotionally dazed. There's a lot of beautiful energies at force here, okay, as we enter the new year for you. It's going to be very, very significant this year for you. I don't really like to look forward too much in terms of astrology because I think it's very good to live in the moment. We also have a lunar eclipse in your financial sector and your sector of worth on the 21st of January. And when a lunar eclipse is in Leo, for you it can often mean you change the way that you value yourself. It's a good time to put your prices up. Page of Swords, crossed by the Five of Pentacles. Well then, this is exactly what I said about how other people feel about you. They don't feel like you're receptive to love. Some people, to put it quite bluntly, feel like you're not interested. There may be somebody who is wanting to speak to you with the Page of Swords, but they feel like they can't get through to you because you are coming across as the Five of Pentacles, which means that you don't want anybody to come in. Someone's knocking at your door and you're pretending you're not home, even though the lights are on. Interesting, it could be an air sign that we're thinking of, or it could be somebody who is watching you online. Funnily enough, I don't know if this is because January is quite a slow month for a lot of people, but there's been a lot of the Page of Swords, and it is kind of an online stalking card. You know, watching people's social media and things. I don't know what that brings anybody. But there we have it. Mercury entering Capricorn may mean that your partnerships need to be given this voice because you're coming across as a little bit sharp. Interesting, Cancer. I wonder what's going on here with you. The Ace of Wands is in the past. And so is the Wheel of Fortune. Now this is very, very indicative of that full moon in Cancer energy that we were talking about. Fates are changing in another direction. Luck is on your side, whether you believe it or not. And the Queen of Swords. So we have air sign energy, first and foremost. Air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. We could be dealing with, for some of you, difficult child-mother relationships also. So you may feel like somebody's been shutting you out. Because it can go vice versa. It can be that you're shutting them out or they are shutting you. It really depends on your situation. The Queen of Swords, I do think that likely you do feel like you've been out in the cold with another person. This can look a little bit like someone vanishing with a puff of smoke, as if they're just gone all of a sudden. Because I'm drawn to the smoke, the clouds around here. and the clouds here. It's almost like someone came in really quick and then disappeared just as quick. But it doesn't have to be that quickly in step. It can be that someone vanished quickly rather than just arrived. Now the Six of Pentacles is here. So you may be devoting yourself to other causes, devoting yourself to others, which is a very typically Cancerian thing to do. We have the Empress down here, which for me is an honorary Cancer card because she is the mother. So I think a lot of you are dealing with mother-child relationships. We also have the Lovers. The King of Swords, definitely air signs at play here. And the Devil. And the Ace of Cups. Okay. Yeah, it's quite a lot of major arcana. Interestingly, the Devil came up in the outcome position for Scorpio too. I kind of wonder, is this a generational thing? Is this an era we're living in whereby people are comfortable to have relationships with people online and they don't feel as much of a need to see them in person? It's almost like you could be dealing with somebody who wants to text all the time or email, but they never quite come around. Okay, I also sort of suspect with the Devil energy, it's all about getting in touch with your shadow self. When eclipse season comes in, shadow self is very important to acknowledge. Whenever we have the Devil here, what are the dark forces that are getting in the way of you being prosperous, in the way of you being loving, and in the way of you living freely? What is it that is stopping you? And sometimes it can also represent the energy vampires within our life that suck the life out of us, that take things from us. But we feel chained to them because in some ways they give validation that you feel you need. Now, this could be something that you dealt with in the past that is resurfacing. Oftentimes when we see a solar eclipse, particularly in our sector of partnerships, negative relationship feelings from the past may re-emerge and you may remember something, or you may re-engage with someone in your dream state that makes you feel very, very used or makes you feel very vulnerable. Now the Six of Pentacles is telling me, Cancer, that you maybe have been giving more than you're receiving back, or vice versa. The interesting point about the Six of Pentacles is that he's giving to people who cannot possibly give back to him, but that's not the real reason he's doing it. Okay, that's not why he is giving so much. The scales here represent the balance. So what is it that is keeping it balanced? It's more likely the feeling he receives from giving rather than anything that they themselves can give. That is what keeps it balanced. It's what he receives emotionally rather than physically. Do you see what I'm saying? In relationships, it is not about seeking out a partner who is affluent. It is not about seeking out a partner who is attractive. It's about seeking out a partner who is emotionally nourishing. And that sometimes, if they can't give you anything because they're in a state of sadness, you get joy from trying to make them feel better. It's a very selfless thing, love. And I see with the Lovers here, the 2 sixes. It feels very much like a partnership which has temporarily been disjointed. Do you know what I'm saying? It's as if somebody can't quite give you the emotions you need right now. For some of you, it is because they are upset about something or they're going through a rough period. Maybe because they are struggling with something. It could be addiction. It could be mental health issues. The Devil can take various forms. It does not necessarily indicate someone's evil. For others of you, yes, you could be dealing with an energy vampire and someone who has used you. But for most of you, I do think you're dealing with somebody who needs you, but they're maybe shutting you out a little bit. This could be a friend, it could be a family member. But it's someone that you want to offer this ace to. Now, I was saying to the Leo folk in their reading, because the Ace of Cups came up, I think, in the outcome. And I was talking about the symbolism of it. You see this dove? And I was telling them that I know somebody who had the strangest experience. We were speaking in the kitchen, and this dove came up to the window and started flapping ferociously and looking at her. And I thought, that's so strange. It was almost as if the dove knew her. And I said to her, that's very peculiar. And she said that she had actually had that happen a couple of times that day. And I said, that must be some sort of symbol. And what it meant was that you will be reconciled with someone with whom you've been at odds with. Basically, a dove appears whenever it's here to give you a message that you will be connecting with someone where there's been a disconnect. And true, she had been disconnected from her granddaughter for many, many years, believe it or not. And within a week, they were speaking again. Now, I don't know if that is because of the symbolism, some sort of messenger. I know birds can be messengers. I also wonder if it's to do with the law of attraction, and because she then believed it was going to happen, it gave her release. She trusted that it was going to happen, so it was allowed to happen. That's a big part of the law of attraction. The devil with the change, what is chaining? I can't speak today. What is chaining you down and stopping you from manifesting? Similarly, what is stopping you from giving? Many people go into relationships where they end up being used, and they end up not receiving as much love as they're giving, and it leaves them very jaded. It leaves them very disillusioned with the world around them, and then they fear giving in the next relationship, and then the other person can have the experience that they had. But if you love someone, you want to give to them anyway. So you'll notice what the difference is. But I feel very strongly, Cancer, like there's a need and a want within you to help somebody, but make sure that you're looking after yourself first and foremost, because this carries a double-edged sword. The Hanged Man. Okay, delays. Could have been a fire sign, could have been the Page of Wands. Death card. Yes, air energy again. The Hierophant. Eight of Pentacles. High Priestess. Eight of Cups. And the Queen of Cups. Could be dealing with another water sign or an air sign, Cancer. The Wheel of Fortune and Death. There may have been a sudden change, a sudden ending, something unexpected. You may have recently met a Scorpio person who came in very unexpectedly, or there was a whirlwind romance there of some kind, but you've been going through a karmic change, particularly within your relationships, Cancer. Saturn is there to teach you what you need to know, and the hard lessons that you may have been refusing to learn over the years have all come together. And with the solar eclipse, if you've not been learning, you will. It will become very, 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 very clear of what you need and what is correct for you. Somebody may be rushing towards you, somebody may be rushing back, somebody may want to talk, somebody may be a little bit abrupt and a little bit emotionally volatile, so they may come in and promise you things and then disappear. They may be a little bit manipulative emotionally. Watch out for those people. They don't deserve to be brought into your home if they make you feel anxious and they make you feel uneasy. The Hierophant and the Six of Pentacles means you're looking for something solid now. You're looking for a marriage partner. You're looking for something stable. Maybe it's financially stable. You're looking to secure your finances. With Venus being in Sagittarius, it's a perfect time to start a savings account, particularly with Jupiter. It's a great time to save money and really increase your financial security, Cancer. This can also be you with the devil. You offering the devil some love, offering your inner demons compassion. Not being afraid of them. It actually reminds me of strength, that combination, even though strength isn't here. But there's also a possibility with the High Priestess and the Lovers card, I think, of an otherworldly type love. Someone who is very interesting to you, someone who's very ethereal, very magical, or someone who finds you to be that way. But there's a need to listen to your intuition and love. What is this? Is it somebody that needs your help, somebody who deserves your help, or is it somebody who's merely taking and is only there when the going is good? The Five of Cups, I do think you could be possibly looking at the negative sides of one relationship that you're in, or looking back in the past too negatively. If you look back in the past with a feeling that that was unfair, and you don't feel like you've learned from anything, you may get hit very hard by this solar eclipse. If you can look back on your past and remember what lessons you've learned and really listen to them and see the positive of the situation, see what it is that you gained from it rather than lost, the solar eclipse will reward you. Yep, some of you are feeling trapped and you're fighting the feeling of growth. The Sun could have been a Leo person or an earth sign who there was some sort of karmic tie with which was cut short. Or a karmic tie with an earth sign may finally be over. You may be free. Nine of Cups. Two of Swords, interesting. What is it you're so afraid to see, Cancer, or speak about? Aha! Wow! Nice. Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. Ooh. Approach yourself with the care that you deserve and give the attention needed to your shadow side and you will be rewarded, Cancer. I promise. The solar eclipse will give you something. It will give you some kind of gift. If you learn a lesson, if you look back on your past with compassion, if you forgive yourself first and foremost, that may be where you need to forgive yourself. Because there's something that you're very afraid to see and it's keeping you back from more solid grounds, more fulfilling experiences. You've got to give a little love to give a little love. Some of you may be hoping for the return or the affections of an air sign. And I think you might get it. But I think it's a double-edged sword. I think there is a possible issue of romantic compatibility. In that it could work, but it may never be the 10 of Cups. It may only ever be the 9. But that's different for everyone's situation. Do you understand? It's a good time to consider that particular relationship if you're dealing with an air sign, and it's a good time to consider what part of your fears are influencing your relationships in general. When fear has a hand in anything, it usually wins. I look at the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, because we had 3. No, we had 4. We had all 4. Ace of Wands down here, Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups was present also underneath the reading. When I see this, I think that the universe is offering you that new beginning, that new chance, that new perspective, but it's asking something of you first. With solar eclipses, the energies can feel quite intense, they can feel quite problematic. But there's something on the other side of this darkness within, or this dark person in the past. If you can't forgive them, forgive yourself. Because that is usually the obstacle which holds people back from moving on when they've been with someone who's taken advantage or made them feel silly. You know, you look back on your decisions and you're thinking, why did I do that? Why did I accept that? Why this? Why that? But it was here to teach you something. In fact, the Page of Pentacles often indicates learning a lesson. Or a job opportunity, of course, but there's something more spiritual going on within this. And you're trying to see the bright side. You're trying to weigh up the pros and cons of this death wheel of fortune moment. as I say, possibly with an earth sign. Could have been a Taurus. Could have been a Scorpio. There's some sort of karmic tie. Now, interestingly enough, talking about this Cancer, I was thinking a little bit of how Princess Diana was a Cancerian, and here she is, Diana. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. I was just considering her when I was thinking of the Six of Pentacles, you know, giving and giving and giving of her time, of her energies, giving to all those around her. But she had these battles with mental health and mental illness. And of course she had her heart very badly broken. And you look at her and you think, to the world that looked at her, she was this princess. She was very idyllic. She was very beautiful. She was very charming. And within her, she was actually battling these demons. And she had the whole world behind her, in a way. You know, most people loved her. And yet she felt very, very alone. And I'm just looking at the Devil and the Queen of Cups, and I'm telling you, Cancer, that if you can offer the love to yourself that you're offering to everyone else, sometimes people go for those people who need to be helped over and over to avoid helping themselves first. Because you're trying to fix something. Be strong. You're stronger than you think you are, and your strength will assure a happy outcome. You are. Aphrodite, inner goddess, awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciate your divinity. Quiet time, independence, transformation, blossoming, and endings and beginnings. See the eclipse? The old must be released so that the new can enter. You're going through a transformation, Cancer. Embrace it. Take that quiet time and look within, because you are blossoming. That moment in the cocoon before you become a butterfly is the darkest. It's always darkest before the dawn, right? You're experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. So know that you're being provided for. Know that what you're hoping for is on the other side of some release. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. As I said with the Devil, what is stopping you from being fearless and free? Chances are it's within. If it's a negative, toxic relationship you have to free yourself from, by all means do that. If it is a codependency issue, if it is inner demons, battling your inner demons, you're going to prevail, Cancer. You're going to come out of this stronger. You're going to come out of this more fulfilled. And the universe is going to offer you something which is the first step in your next journey. So I love you guys, and I will talk to you in the next set of readings. Bye.